2015 Waterboro Planning Board to order with 4 members present, and since our chairman is not here and we do not have any other officers, I would like to nominate Dwayne Preston for chairman pro tem for this meeting.
I second that.
Need a second. All in favor? Go, man.
All right. With that said, at 6 p.m. we did a site walk on Ronald Roberge property at 65 Dean Drive, East Waterboro. At this time, it's for a side setback, and we're going to wait for a proper survey before we go any further with that. Is there anything else to add to this?
No, at this stage, there'll be some stuff he's still required for the building permit application, but I think you're all set here once you get that certified plan.
Okay. That's it. That's the story. As soon as you get that to us, we'll move forward with your application.
I'll get it to Glenn next week.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
All
Thank you very
right.
much, John.
Thanks for plowing the road, by the way.
Yeah.
I will pass that along to my excavator. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
No, you're welcome.
Here on.
At this time, we're going to open a public hearing for Timothy Fox, who's opening auto sales and repair business on Old Alfred Road. Is there anybody here who would like to speak about this?
Why don't they give a brief?
Old Alfred Road.
Well, he's on Route 202.
Right.
Yeah, Main Street, yeah. And it's almost
Really?
at the corner of Old Alfred Road and Route 202. Not quite. No. No.
We never did a sidewalk on that because it was snow.
It's on Main Street. There's a little piece of land between his and...
Mr. Acting Chairman,
Yes.
the surveyor, site planner, I think might be able to offer a good overview
Yeah,
for
that's
the audience.
what I
So,
suggested.
Good evening.
7 o'clock.
How much of an overview are you going to be looking for? A total overview or just an overview since the last time we met?
Why don't you just move forward from last time? Have you made any changes to this since the last time we met?
Yes.
All right, why don't we go with
We'll
that?
go over the changes. We made a slight altercation to the building. The building was decreased in size from 44 feet by 112 feet to 44 feet 100 by 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
In order to allow, they want to put a stick-built or a wooden office building in the front, and I believe the plan shows that.
Yeah, wooden office.
I highlighted the paving in the front, which we had talked about. I added a few notes after I went through the checklist with Tom, such as numbers around the vicinity for the boundary. I put on a place for all you fine folks to sign it. I know that's going to be something. Let's see, what else did I put on there?
The shrubbery in front.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the
little
shrubbery.
bushes.
I don't have a plan in front of me, so you can help me out. I did add a couple of notes. One of which states that there are no DEP permits required, and that may have been the only note.
Shoreline. Don't look at me.
Shoreline zone permit not required.
Yeah, I think that was already there.
Okay.
And the other change that I made to the plan is that instead of riprap on the slope down toward the wetland, we decided, because the client would like to be able to do planting and not limit vegetational growth on that slope, so we changed that to an erosion control blanket. seeded with an annual rye to start with.
And in the next year?
And the next year,
Yeah,
well, the erosion control
Weeds?
blanket will stay there.
yeah, I know.
The annual rye will
Go away.
go away, and we'll see what has naturally recruited on that slope, and if more needs to be planted, then I'm sure Tim had mentioned you were interested in
I make it
planting.
look good. Yeah, I just didn't want rocks there. It's just
And let's see. I did make mention of the type of fence that was going to be installed on the northeast line to a stockade fence.
Will that stand up for more than 1 year?
A stockade fence?
Mm.
I would hope so.
I would too.
I did put in a location for a sign at the entranceway on the right-hand side, just as you pull up toward where the car display area is going to be.
Is it going to be lighted?
Like to.
I'd like to put a light on it.
It would be I'm sure it would be a backlit type sign if it's lit at all.
Mm.
And then I just thought of something else.
The lights on the building are also now on your site plan.
Yes, the lights and the lighting footprints are on the site plan. That zigzag line shows the extent of the lighting footprint.
Tom?
In addition to the changes that the applicant has made, the board needs to take action on a series of waivers.
Yeah.
So the board needs to handle those one at a time, and then vote to approve, modify, or deny.
This is just a public hearing though,
Pardon
right
me?
now. This is a public
After
hearing.
the public hearing, just so that the people in the audience, I think one of the butters is here,
Mm.
yeah, so that they're aware that there's waivers forthcoming.
Do we have anything from Public Works and Fire Department?
Yeah, he's the one from the fire department.
What's your intentions on a fire alarm system? Any?
Fire alarm.
Yeah, they're encouraging that you do something for fire retention, or,
I know basically I know there's different systems. I know there's ones that cost about $10,000 a year with that are connected directly to the fire department. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to afford something like that. And then I don't know what's required by code.
I'll tell you what, he's asking for.
Says it's not required.
We would encourage the installation of a fire alarm system in accordance with NFPA 72, although not required. Do you plan on trying to do anything over there? You don't have to, apparently.
Initially, basically, my budget is to buy the property, put up the building. Eventually, of course, I wouldn't want anything. I was planning to keep investing, doing upgrades to the building.
Stay in touch with Matt, our fire chief, and see what you can do for down the road.
Yeah, if there's a cheap alternative to the systems that I know
You're gonna have an alarm system in the building, so if someone breaks in, you'll know.
Yeah.
So oftentimes you can,
Piggyback off
that can be
system.
tied into the smoke and fire.
Oh yeah.
That goes back. Yes, sir.
Let me clarify some of those regulations for you. He is under the criteria of having a fire alarm, requiring a fire alarm. He will be required to have a Knox box.
Yes.
That's a life safety code. So that's how the code sits. He's gonna have to have a Knox box, but he doesn't have to have a fire alarm hooked to the fire department. He'll have to have something that sets off an alarm for the occupants, but it doesn't need to be wired into the fire department.
Right, all right.
Have one of those air horns like we had at the post office.
All right, that's fire department.
I don't know what
And
good
what's
that would
Public
do,
Works
but
got
that
to say?
meant-
And all of that will be under the building permit
All right,
side anyway. Before you move off the site plan, Mr. Chair, I want to draw your attention to a couple things. If you guys want to go to Article 5, if everybody has ordinances with them. If not, I can read it. Article 5 is traffic, parking, and road access. There's a sentence in that ordinance that says, all parking areas must be graded and surfaced so as to properly drain and be dust-free. And it goes on to say, parking areas serving more than 10 vehicles must have the individual spaces and aisles marked. I guess the issue Steve and I have been going around on is the definition of surfaced. All parking areas must be graded and surfaced. I interpret that to mean hot-topped. He's highlighted an area on the front that is to be paved. I just want to bring that to your attention and get your input in on it.
so what's the rest of this gonna be that goes around the back of the building?
Gravel, I'm assuming. Yes, Steve?
Crushed
Right, we don't know what's down there, other than what's in the state soils book. But if it's adequate gravel down there, then it will stay gravel. If it's not adequate gravel and there's a silt component in it, then I'm sure Tim would be willing to put down a course of good gravel that will pack down. And
Yeah.
that will certainly, eliminate any dust issues.
I would think that would be preferable to paving because the water's going to run off get into the
Well-
wetland if it's paved.
No, it's graded, so it won't. It's graded, so it's gonna go back to a storm
Oh,
collection
okay.
system on the west side. But either way, I mean, I think the intent of that ordinance that Glenn read, I think if they intended it to be paved, they would have said pavement. Don't you think?
I don't,
You don't.
no, not after reading this for the last 4 months.
Okay.
I mean, not just this line, but any aspect of the ordinances in town.
Right.
Read that one more time, Glenn, please.
All parking areas must be graded and surfaced so as to be properly drained and dust-free. Parking areas serving more than 10 vehicles must have the individual spaces and aisles marked. I mean, that's,
Well, we're talking parking area, this is gonna be basically a
Yeah,
traveled
right.
way,
He's gonna have parking area around,
and you're parking cars.
yeah.
Well, what do you guys think about that?
My question is, with the oil leaking out of vehicles and stuff, it's gonna go right into the ground, into the gravel.
Lee?
That'd be my concern, being that this is all wetlands on this side.
Judy?
I don't think so.
What's Public Works think?
I don't know.
At this time, I'd like to get some input from a Public Works Director,
Yeah, probably a good idea.
and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, let me ask him, because we haven't discussed this since
Well, I mean,
the issue came up.
Again, I'd love to have it all paved eventually. I mean, by all, I mean the location. But if I could get say within 6 months, I'd have it paved after opening business, because again, all my finances are going into
Yeah, we'll get that.
purchasing and erecting a building, whereas having the money up front to also pave it, if it could be a little bit down the road, I'll have it paved once I I have money. I'm not planning on, because especially in this winter with all the mud this spring, I don't want to have cars on.
Right, I guess
I
concern would be
prefer
fire
to have
trucks and
pavement.
heavy
Just
trucks
if I
in the
could get
main.
an extension of, say, a certain amount of time after I open, that it will be paved, I will have it paved.
All right.
I think it's a good idea to get Public Works involved in on it, and he's a dirt guy, and we value his opinion. A couple of issues, you get water runoff from the roof, which, could erode areas that aren't paved.
I believe I've got shown on the plan that they're gonna be guttered.
Yeah, it's a roof guttered to drain pipe. Back
So
over
there
to a
shouldn't
rear-
be much runoff off the roof.
If the gutters are maintained, you know how that goes.
What if they get full of ice?
Right.
What's the part on the front? What's the roof like on that? The wooden part? The office?
I know I was a little late. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it
I
gonna
didn't
be
get a chance to make
picked or
copies of
flat
this.
or?
Yeah, but I'll give you a photo.
Here, sorry. I'm sorry.
So that would be the front view of the office. And this would be on the side where the doors would be.
Do you folks have any comments or concerns?
I'm a conduct, so I have no problem with putting a conduct there. I'm just, the person who's leasing the land on the
Well,
other
hey,
side
sir,
of me.
step up, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. The person that's leasing the land on the other side of me decided to put a road in and change my brook into a swamp. So now, and they say down here, there's nothing they can do but go to court. So I'm just wondering, this land is all swamp. What is that gonna do to the rest of the area there? I'm surprised you put a building up there with all the swamp. I mean, I've walked through there hunting, and you can't get through without going up to your knees.
It seems to me, when we
That's why
met
it's on
before,
this little corner.
Public Works had been out there on this plot of land. Said he'd been out there several times over the years.
Yeah, Steve can probably answer your question better than
Yeah,
that.
it's all being built, it's not being built in the wetland.
Where is there not wetland?
Well,
I mean, if I step off the road, you're in.
And we're gonna have to sidewalk.
this is where the corner of the property is.
I mean, you've got about 50 feet on my property, I think that's.
There's an iron
Solid.
pin that I found right
Yep,
there.
and then a big rock right there, yeah?
Yep, and so the wetland doesn't start till way down here.
Which is how many feet?
Which is, well, if that's 80, it would be 170 feet. It slopes down, but the wetland doesn't start until down here. So this site is going to be graded, so
I was
there's,
gonna say, they'd have to take that whole hill down and move it over.
that's what they're going to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering, because like I said, down back, half of my land used to be a beautiful brook,
Right.
where we could always walk across. And now the four-wheeler can't get through there, because he put a road in, and didn't put a culvert in to drain. He stopped the flow of the water going back down towards Hanford. So, Have you been in there lately?
Well, last time I was in there, I was on snowshoes and there was about 3 feet of snow
Oh,
on
if
the
you go in
ground.
now, you're gonna be up to your waist.
With that said, that's why we need to do a site walk to begin with. At this point, I think we need to do a site walk before we go any further.
This is still a public hearing?
You know, I just don't have enough land.
Anything else from the public?
No, I'm just hoping there's enough high spots to put down below, otherwise you're gonna have a car lot in the water.
Tammy?
I need the gentleman's name, please.
Oh,
Don Tardy.
Thank you.
we have a signing sheet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Okay, this time we'll close the public hearing. Which brings us to... Okay, we did the Roberge. Which brings us back to, we're gonna move forward, we got some old business, some minutes, but we're gonna move back to Timothy Fox. And it's my recommendation we do a site walk,
I'll second that.
all right? Oh, Tammy, when's the next available for us to do a site walk at this location?
April 15th.
6 o'clock, April 15th?
I don't know, do we want to do that right now? I mean, with all the snow and...
Well, we should be,
That's 2 weeks. You're talking 60 this
we'll
weekend.
be all right? All right. Yeah,
It
well,
wasn't
if you-
that bad
If you
today.
wanna see it wet.
Yeah,
this would be the
let's
time
see
to
it
do
wet.
What exactly are you gonna be looking for out there?
Swamp, wetlands, just gonna make sure we can...
Not what we're
Sir,
building.
we're just gonna go out there and make sure. It'll give us time to check all our bases before we move forward with this project. We're talking about putting a car lot near wetlands.
Right.
So we're gonna go out there and take a look.
Right, now do you wanna see where the building's
Yes.
gonna go?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, do you wanna see where, is there anything else you wanna see that's on the plan that
I
you wanna
think just
find out there?
the corners of the building and the edge of the lots. You know, the
Okay.
south side edge of the lot,
Okay.
fine. And we'll be good with that. Thank you.
Mike, you're the excavator?
No.
Oh, I just wanted to let you know that where my house is, we hit ledge, solid ledge at 10 feet. Solid ledge.
That's good news.
So I don't know whether you're gonna hit any if you try to knock that down. You know what I'm saying? You might run into...
Well, the soil, the state soils don't indicate that there's ledge that close to the
Okay,
soil.
we're good to move on, right?
Years ago. So we tried to dig a well.
Judy, is there anything else? We're good to move on with our minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the meeting will come to order, gentlemen. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna approve the minutes of our previous meeting.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
it was pointed out to me that I had Tom Ursha in attendance at the last meeting, and he was not. So what I have done is I have created a new cover without his name on it.
See, Tom, you're here, you're not here.
So that if you want to just make sure that's what I've done.
These will be the meetings of March 18th. Okay. Anybody?
They look like...
All right, so a
I'll make a
motion?
motion that the minutes be accepted as amended, I guess you'd
Yeah.
say.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right, anybody would like to report anything? Gentlemen, gentlemen. Thank you. Anybody have anything they'd like to report or discuss? Okay, old business, we've been through that. Okay, section 208. This is a setback. We're gonna move this ordinance over to the zoning board. There has been some changes made to it, so we're gonna have a public hearing on May 6th, 7 PM, right here. Let's see. And we got some communications from 2020. Request from the Board of Selectmen, which we just explained, and we have a public hearing announcement, for the highway entrance as well, which is going to be June.
No, the highway entrance ordinance for the Board of Selectmen will go to a public hearing on April 14th
There we go.
at 6 PM, I believe it is.
Thank you. And that'll be in this room right here.
Correct.
Okay. And miscellaneous, I guess we covered that. New business. Yes.
Mr. Chair, just to back up a little bit, does the board have any questions on 208 that I can answer or clarify? Any changes that you'd like to see?
Does this 208 follow other guidelines of 208 in other towns? I mean, isn't 208 a state ordinance?
The ZBA regulations are a state ordinance. I wouldn't call 208 a state ordinance because it's not. It's a town ordinance.
All right.
Zoning Board of Appeals is regulated by the state in what they can do. The criteria for that is statewide, municipal-wide. They all have this 4 standards that the applicant has to meet. So when you ask if 208 is standardized throughout the state, it is not. It's the ZBA that's standardized throughout the state.
Who recommended the changes?
Who recommended the changes?
I know it's got the planning board on here, but this has gone around in circles several times, so.
Not to my knowledge. This hasn't changed since the planning board first saw it.
All right, let me put it this way. As code enforcement officer,
Yep.
what's your take on this ordinance? Do you like the way it's written?
I do.
All right.
Yep, I do.
The only thing, for years, we have allowed people to go within 10 feet of their sidelines, and this just totally does away with that. We need to get it out of the planning board. I'm totally in favor of that.
Well, our
But
own
the-
ordinance,
The only way the zoning got approved to begin with was people who had these non-conforming lots were given the opportunity to use their land more by doing this. And I don't know, I think people are going to be upset and that this is not going to continue because 5% of a 35 is only 5 feet. And a lot of the houses, especially around the lake, are closer than that right now. So they're not going to get their 10 feet from the sidelines anymore.
yeah, I understand your concern.
It's just that we've been doing it since the ordinance was formed, and you can see how many we've had just now, just this past winter.
Let me throw something at you that...
I'm not,
No, I understand.
I'm just saying that
The town has,
I know we've been doing illegal variances, and I agree with that, but
the town has done some consent agreements and more than a dozen
yes.
in the last 10 years. Because people are finding out their properties are not complying with the ordinances. And that's going to be an ongoing problem in this town. So I think to stop that, you need to start with this.
Okay.
If you don't start with this and continue doing what you're doing, then I will enforce whatever the town wants me to enforce, whether it's right or wrong. But the ZBA, by state rules, is the only department that
Yeah.
can grant setbacks, variances, whatever you want to call them. And the state also allows you up to 15% reduction.
But that's 15% of the,
15% of the setback of that district.
for that district.
Correct,
It's not 15% of what you already have.
correct. And if the applicant can prove a hardship, and I can't think of an example of that,
It's pretty hard.
well, Not necessarily. It gets hard if someone buys a property knowing that setbacks can't be met, and then he goes after a setback. That's a hardship that is hard to prove, because that person is going in, buying the property that he knows he's going to have to get a variance. I don't know what to tell you other than that.
Well, what's the recommendation of the Board of Selectmen on this version?
I haven't heard a recommendation from them. Not one.
Well, then let's let it go to a public hearing.
I think that's all you can do.
We'll see what the people say.
Yep. I think that's all you can do.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Anything?
I'll agree with
why
that.
I wanted to bring that out.
Thank you. Tom?
Just for clarification, under the communications for the EDC invite to the planning board, are there any questions from the board regarding the context of that meeting and the purpose of the meeting?
Why don't you give us some bullet points?
The primary bullet points are, number one, to enhance the communications with the water district. Okay. On the 22nd, we're trying to pull together almost like a forum to exchange ideas as to where the water district is currently, what discussion points might be happening with any extensions of lines. Also, the district was successful in getting a small grant from the state, and what the outcome of that engineering study was, and what their game plan is basically for the future. EDC is going to prepare a whole series of questions because it'll be moderated by, I would assume, by the chair of the EDC, to open up that conversation as to what are the next steps for water line extension and provisions for more water in the future.
All right.
So it's going to be a good one to attend.
And what's the date of that?
That's the 22nd.
April, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right on our,
Oh, it's down here.
down
okay.
the bottom.
Yep.
there.
April 22nd. Right here, 5 p.m. All right. Anything else? Anybody? Speak now. Guess we're done. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?